What's up, y'all? It's Trey with Access Addict. Hey, wanted to share some results from the range today. I shot at 200 yards and I wanted to compare the accuracy between my Federal 170 grain Terminal Ascent and the Barnes 160 grain LRX. My gun was zeroed for the 170 grain Terminal Ascent at 200 yards, and I've shot about 40 rounds through the gun with that ammo and that zero recently in the last couple of weeks. And then I wanted to shoot the 160 grain LRX on top of that without cleaning it or anything, just to kind of compare the accuracy, because I already knew that ammo was shooting sub MOA regularly, so really predictable results there. So wanted to share the results with you. I haven't measured these yet, so I've got two targets here. Here's the 170 grain Federal Terminal Ascent. Cold bore shot is right here, and these are subsequent shots here. So a 5-shot group there, let the gun cool off, and I do let it cool for a few minutes between shots as well. Here's my group with the 160 grain LRX from Barnes. Keep in mind too that I had shot these monolithic bullets over the lead core bullets here. These are a bonded bullet, but they do have lead in them, and usually the accuracy can act a little weird when you do that. In this case, these actually shot much better, even with the zero being set here with a lead core bullet. These monolithics shot a little bit better. As you can see here, I adjusted my scope because I knew it was adjusted one click to the right and one click down, and this is the final shot that I got here at 200 yards. So let me measure these real quick. Okay, let's see if I can measure these and do this one-handed here. All I've got to tape measure, so this is about as good as I can do. It looks to me center to center is probably going to be right about that 2 5/8 range at 200 yards. Center to center on, and this is 5 shots, even though it looks like 4. These two right here actually are 2 shots in the same hole. So this is a 5-shot group at 200 yards. Center to center is going to be right at about, let me do this, make it a little bit easier. Center to center, and again, this is not super scientific because I don't have calipers, but that's about a 1 7/8 inch group there at 200 yards with the Barnes 160 LRX. Okay, after doing a little bit of math, this Federal Terminal Ascent 170 grain at 200 yards came out to 1.17 MOA with about probably a 6 mile an hour, 7 mile an hour crosswind, something like that. The wind had picked up a little bit when I was shooting my Barnes because of some rain that's trying to come in. This ended up being 0.8125 MOA, 5 shots, with a heavier wind. And as you can see, the wind didn't affect this at all. It seems like this is probably more me, the vertical part of it. And it could also be due to some different fouling because of the different materials between this ammo and this ammo. And if you want to count this one after I'd moved my scope, that would be right in there as well. So technically that's 6 shots at 0.8125 MOA. So really impressed with both. And after water testing both of them, I'm like super happy with both of them. I think they'd be excellent rounds, but for some reason in my gun, the Barnes definitely wins out. Okay, those are the results I got today at 200 yards with the 160 grain Barnes LRX and the 170 grain Federal Terminal Ascent. I know either one of those rounds would be fantastic on animals. I've used both with great results. So I think the results terminally on animals is very similar between the two. But I am curious to hear what type of accuracy y'all are getting out of y'all's guns using those specific ammos or any other ammos. So feel free to comment. I'd love to kind of get some feedback and just see what other people are experiencing with those. Thank y'all for watching. Have an awesome day. See y'all.